Hi and welcome to this week's episode of Magoos Corner. I'm your host Trevor Gregg, joined by the Div, Sean Jacobson from Rosewater. Hello mate.
Oh, hello Trev.
Now Div 5, big division for us. Obviously this is where we are, this is where we live.
Yeah.
So we're going to have a look at the ladder to see where things stand. We did this last week, but we just want to highlight a couple of things. Now looking at Pulteney.
Yeah.
No losses at the moment, 8 wins straight, 59%. So they're actually not killing off sides all the time.
Yeah, no, but yeah, it's not like with CBC just under them, but yeah, and it's strange with Pulteney. 8 wins, no losses, and A grade. 8 losses, no wins.
Yeah, it's just one of those. I think there's been talk on that website that we sort of frequent ourselves on.
Yeah.
That it's just guys wanting to hang back and play footy with their mates, which is fair enough, absolutely. But looking at again CBC 70%. Pulteney 59.32. So will that hurt them later on if they start to lose a few games?
Yeah.
We won't know. But again, CBC 7-1, Rosewater 6-2. Probably let one get away on the weekend.
Yeah, got smashed by the Lockley's, and we'll talk about that in a bit. But yeah,
yes.
Very disappointing by the boys.
Yeah, it was actually. It was just that really that last quarter, and there's some things during the game. But Smithfield on 5-3, Lockley's 4-3 with a draw, which was with Elizabeth earlier on. Pardon me. Hectorville 4-4, Elizabeth 3-4, Blackfriars 2-6, Glenunga and Greenacres.
Yeah, both percent of the bottom, and yeah, not a great percentage either.
No, so it's just basically for Glenunga, it's a double their score almost every week. But you know they've got some good things happening up top, so hopefully we'll see that turn around. Speaking of, Elizabeth hosted Pulteney at Agana Park. 12,476 for Elizabeth to Pulteney, 19,822.
Yeah, some good goal kicking there.
Absolutely. So it's O'Connell with 4, Porteous with 3, Ross and Garden also with 3, Nicholson, Tripodi with a couple, and a few boys also chipping in with 1 apiece. Andrew Warther, Sipic, Redshaw, Porteous and Cleveland with the better players there for Pulteney.
And for Elizabeth we had Quirk and McCafferty and Tully with 3, and Cassie with 2, and Mitchell with 1. And Elizabeth's best players were Quirk, Mitchell, Sims, Ivor and McCafferty.
Now Elizabeth, they got a bloke up forward. He's a monstrous unit. And he just clumps the footy and kicks some really good goals. So he's one to look out for. Apologies for not remembering your name, mate, but yeah, very good to watch. Next game, Hectorville and Greenacres. 14-12-96 to 8-9-57 out of Darley Oval, so the Hounds getting it easy.
Yeah, I think I'll back with Hectorville to get this one over the line. Tough to play out there in the A and B grade. They played that oval so well, and yeah, just looking, the game has done it. Quarter time, looking at it, 7-3 to Hectorville, and Greenacres didn't even hit the scoreboard. That's the game there, and then end up losing by 6 goals in the end, so they've won the other 3 quarters. Yeah,
and this is where I really like with what we do, week in, week out. We really love to see, especially things like with Hectorville, Athelston, Walkerville do it on occasions, seeing quarter by quarter in there. Doesn't take long. Doesn't take long at all. And I had a crack at one of our boys, Chappie, to make sure he put all the scores in.
Yeah.
But yeah, this really helps us when we're not able to get to these grounds to give a little bit of light to other players. But Greenacres, our mate Cum, kicked 3. Smith, Hodder, Burgess, Matthews and Braden kicked 1 each. Braden, Perrin, Hodder and Matthews were the better players there for the Dragons.
And for Hectorville we had James with 4, Smith with 3, Illick with 2, Barbara with 2, Densley, Sebastiani and Shibani all with singles.
Nice.
And too overdue for me, I tell you. Best players were 2 Smiths, Betrill and James. So looks like about a few brothers were getting in there in best players this week.
I was actually very, very impressed with that effort from you.
I'm usually terrible at it.
That's why I need that.
I surprised myself a lot, I can tell you.
Huey's not that good with it at all. Not at all.
He made it good, trust me.
Yeah, now we've got the Big Fist, his favourite side in the CBC Dolphins, hosting Glenunga. I was definitely surprised that Glenunga weren't able to kick a better score than this one in this week's game.
Yeah, 1-4.
So in CBC, it could have been a much bigger day for them. But 14-22, 106 to 1 goal for 10.
Yeah, 14-22. Wow, you could have. This could well, should have been a 20 goal pumping without actually being there and seeing it. But yeah, just looking at the score, I would say 20 goals shouldn't have been out of the equation for the CBC to get done.
Now this is the East Parklands. The producer's probably going to have to help us out on this one, but it is definitely their ground that they're playing on. They're allowed to play on that oval now. In the East Parklands, it was.
I don't want to play Fabians.
No. I mean, I think there's still that whole thing about a club nominating a game to play at Thebarton Oval, not Audi Arena, Thebarton Oval. So I think the CBC do that. We've got them there, if I remember correctly.
That was too big for me.
Yeah. So, and I think with the Mad March stuff, they've got to let the ground come back to life. So they've been playing elsewhere, but yeah, it's good to see them back out there. Big Matty Primus kicked 5, Clark with 4, Boffo, Raiders, Nicholson, and a couple of others getting in there. Keane, Clark, and Raiders were the better players out there for CBC.
Yeah, and for Glenunga, only the one scorer in it does. Now I'm back to her. Ziani, and best players were Thomason. Oh God, people just better last names are chronic, like Chandler, Edwards, Myers, and McKester.
Yeah, that was right. Here we go, McKesters. It's okay. Now we're back to common ground.
Yeah, I should know these last names.
Yes, data, so I'll make it harder. We'll go to Blackfriars and Smithfield. Smithfield, the Panthers working really nicely. 97-point win, 24-12, 24-10, sorry, 154 to 8-9, 57.
No surprise here. I've seen Blackfriars B grade a few weeks ago, and yeah, no offence boys, but yeah, not that crap shots.
No, and it's the first time. I don't think I said this the week after we were there, but it's the first time since I've been playing football, when I started at Rosewater and under 9s, that I've seen star jumps as part of the warm-up.
I don't pay attention to that, but yeah, that's
in the B grade there were star jumps as part of the warm-up. They got a very flash routine with a fitness coach that runs through everything with them, with the cones out in the oval. I think I counted 24 out there as a warm-up. So maybe they're too busy concentrating on the cones and the star jumps to worry about playing footy.
Oh, star jumps, Jesus.
Yeah.
I could say something, but I'm not going to.
No,
let it
go. Yeah, wrong cones. Wow. Wrong cones.
Yeah.
But this is another one, brilliant. Smithfield came out of the blocks really well. 7-3 to 2-1 in the first quarter. Kicked 5 goals to 3 in the second, and then they just went bang again with 6 goals won. Pretty accurate kicking. Blackfriars kicked 1 point. But they've got a couple of handy lads in their B grade, the Hounds.
Yeah, I'm just surprised how big of a drop that B grade has compared to their A grade, because their A grade is very talented side. Just
absolutely.
B grade for years and never been strong.
Yeah, so I just want to point out that it's Blackfriars Hounds and the Rosewater Bulldogs, to other publications out there. And in the last quarter it was 3 goals to 5 in the end.
Yep. And let me see who's got the easy names here. I'll take Blackfriars. All right. We had 2 goal scorers with Hollett and Valerio, and singles also Haynes. I didn't see that name. Sanford, Picaro, and Peleza. And best players were Haynes, Hollett, Picaro, Manchef, and Valerio.
Yeah, once again, those names again.
There was just only one.
Manchef. Not ones that you can't get. It's just ones that still continue to pop up each week.
Yep.
And for Smithfield, Partridge with 4, Lord, Wanganeen, and Cullion with 3, Gray, Moss, Aegis with 2 each. Mags and Schwerst were the individuals, and the better players were Partridge, Francis, and Matthews. So, looking at the last game of the round, this was one that sort of got away from our lads, I believe. We weren't
pretty tight on the first half, and after that they just got blown away.
Yeah, in that last quarter is when Lockleys just went bang. So it was 9-8-62 to 17-9-111. The Demons got up at our home ground at Eric Sutton.
Yeah, they've done it easy. And going on Lockleys' goal scorers, Martin with 8, and was clearly the best player. He used to play A's out there a few years ago. I think he's a bit old now, but Rousel with 2, and Seacamp 2, and singles to Fitzgerald, Gatus, Raffinelli, Baker, and Cardoni. And best players were Martin with his 8, Krieg, and Ascoli.
Now the Ascoli in the A grade didn't play. Kicked 6 last week. And I'm not sure if it was an injury or not, but that sort of helped us out a little bit. So for Rosewater, Robbie Brewer with 4, Scotty Boucham with a couple, J-Mac with one, Davey and Kingy with another one. Brock Honson, he is, I really like his footy at the moment.
16-year-old kid, yeah. Quick as lightning too.
And that's just where we sort of just sat back and said to him, because he was losing two to three steps because he was looking left and right to find out where his opponent was.
Yeah.
He's taken that out of his game at the moment, and he's just taken those extra 2 to 3 yards further.
He'll be real good in a few years' time, I reckon.
Robbie Brewer, 40 years old, I think, or something to that effect.
He's been down there for a long time.
Still kicking the goals. Jolly Peterson, and Jolly's the captain, isn't he?
Yeah, Jolly's the captain.
And Big Coob, the Dukes.
Yeah. Bricks for hands.
He absolutely devastated on Saturday night when he didn't get best player.
We had to put on suicide watch after the old Prezos. He thinks he was absolutely,
He thought he was a shoey.
Yeah, didn't he? Well, he was dirty.
The first aid come out. We looked over and the head went down and he started shaking. Second name went out. I thought there was a chair going to go through the window.
I hope he didn't get in there. It would have been even more funny.
But no, keep your head up, Coops. And just speaking of which, we actually ended up getting really good insight into how opposition teams get an understanding of who they're playing against. Now, there's things that Ricky Pearce, our great coach, and I do each week to understand who's where and who's been doing what. And almost centre stage on the whiteboard was look out for the diff and the numbers and Williams snake, evidently. So just talk me through why Lockley's would look for a centre half back.
Well written, Sean Jacobson.
Sean Jacobson did not write it, but why would they look after him? Because I'm probably the most damaging player in our side. As I say, I don't stand a centre half forward, they stand me.
This is why I love having our guests on this show, because he just brings another element. So we'll keep a tab on that, and after each game we'll go in and take a picture of the opposition whiteboard.
Don't worry, the handwriting will change next week, but somehow it'll still be me.
So no mention of the assistant coach and the job that he's doing, but it's just about the diff. I would have thought I was doing quite a good job, but that's all right. Now moving on to round 9, Greenacres out at Edward Smith hosting Glenunga.
For this, both the Stella Dwellers.
Both struggling, but
flip a coin here. I'll say Greenacres because it's out at Yatla.
I still remember a game that we played out there. It was a Division 4 trial for Portland. It was my first game for Portland, and the football went into Yatla, and I remember freaking out going, where's the football going to come from? We played on, next thing we know, the football's come over the bloody fence, straight into the pocket. And then we had an all-in brawl, and Daniel Petruno was well in amongst it. Next game, Lockley's and Hectorville, Lockley's Oval.
Lockley's, just because seeing them after last week, they were pretty impressive, so I'll go Lockley's, but this should be another close game, this one.
I think they'll be in good touch. I think they've got they move the ball really well.
Yeah.
I think like for Lockley's, from what I saw on Saturday, there is that movement down the wing and they're not afraid to come inboard.
And they'll have a few blokes that'll come back into their A's next week and drop a few players down as well, so I reckon they'll be over the line at Hectorville, but not by much though.
I think they'll be too strong for Hectorville. No, I agree, not by a hell of a lot. Now, out of Morgan Oval, Pulteney versus Rosewater. Now, last time that I played Pulteney was a long time ago, so I don't know too much except for their Oval's crap.
It's rain out there.
All due respect.
Yeah, it does. If it rains, it's a shocker. It's one of the worst I've played on when it's wet. But hopefully it doesn't rain. But I think, I'm not sure if they're going to get any back in the B grade this week. We've got a few more injuries again in the A's. We're going to take a few more from them.
A couple more.
So I'm confident they can come back and win this, but they're going to have to be a lot better than they were last week. Yeah,
I think they're going to have to be a lot tougher, a lot harder at it, and not just waiting for somebody else to make the effort. So I do think our boys can get it done and be an upset out of this round, taking on the top side who haven't lost a game yet, and that's where the big things happen, and almost happened with Elizabeth and us a couple of weeks ago. So, and we did it at the Blackfriars. So out at St Dominic's Oval, Blackfriars hosting CBC. Now this is just
CB by just by how much?
I think it's going to be an absolute romping for CBC. They'll all be parting the hair together, and it'll be the Dolphins by plenty, and the battle out north, Smithfield and Elizabeth.
This one will be all right. I reckon Smithfield there though. Like I said, Never ever good travelling out of Smithfield.
No, I mean Elizabeth's
Even
sitting
if it's down the road.
Yeah, and I think, as I said, like they've got some guys coming back in again.
Yeah.
And from what I saw with their A grade last week or week before last, there's some good signs there. Absolutely,
yeah,
no
young
false three. So, but for me, Smithfield, they're actually got a lot of positive speak about Smithfield at the moment, especially with Salisbury North coming under fire again. So, and there's always people are going back to how much Smithfield has changed. So, for me, Smithfield by plenty.
Yeah.
So again, make sure you subscribe to the SA Footballer magazine. And then you'll get the video links of us going into the opposition change rooms. We might be a little bit hard for us this week being at Pulteney, but we'll ask them if we can take a picture of their whiteboard to see the diff on there. And we'll catch you again next week.